Blessed love, happy Monday. Welcome back to Monday Message with me, Dharma Shakti. It is an honor and a pleasure to be here with you for this little bit of time that we have together. So I don't want to waste your time. Let's dive right into the quote. Today's quote is one that is sort of been a theme for me lately, something that has helped me kind of meet myself where I'm at and trust my process. And look, I am no different than you. I have struggles and challenges and difficulties and things that cause me stress and strife. And I have to process through things in the same way in which you do. And so my effort with these messages is just to share with you how I get through those things. And these quotes that I share with you are often quotes that come to me through books or podcasts, or I just overhear it in conversation, or someone shares it with me. And they always tend to come through right at the perfect moment when I'm like, oh man, I really needed to hear that today. And so this is one of those. I mean, all of the Monday messages are quotes that resonate with me in some way, but this one came up recently, and I just thought I'd share it with you. So it's a great quote by Confucius. He says, "It doesn't matter how slow you go, as long as you don't stop." I'm just going to pause for a minute and let that land, and I'll repeat it again for those of you who are like, wait, she just said something. Confucius says, "It doesn't matter how slow you go, as long as you don't stop." For me, I know that this is really helpful because, and maybe you can relate, I sometimes feel like I'm on this stop and go racetrack where it's like I'll get all this momentum and I'll get motivated and I'll start a project or I'll start a commitment, I'll start a discipline, and then either I get too tired or I'm just not feeling it, or something comes up with the kids or work stuff comes up and it kind of throws me off of my regimen. And then I find myself all of a sudden not in that commitment that I made, and I start to feel shitty about it. There's so many capacities, right? I feel bad about myself. I feel bad about the situation. I feel stressed out because I'm not doing what I should be doing. And the spiral just goes until it just takes us down. And so this quote just, I know so many of you out there are like me. We have a lot on our plate and we're all striving to really find our way in this world and show up with authenticity and, be able to earn a righteous living, a living which we can stand by and feel good about and proud about and know that we're contributing and serving. And I know how difficult that can be and how cumbersome the path can be, and you can often feel like you're not really getting anywhere because it always is like stop and go, where it's like, oh, I did it and then I stopped and then I did it and I got to start over because I stopped and I did it and then I got to start over. And so you're always feeling like you're starting over. And so, I just wanted to share this with you because you're not starting over, you're just continuing to go. Like I was doing this 30 days, 30 sun salutation challenge, and I did about 26 days out of the 30, which is pretty good for me with all the things that come up. And this was going on with that thing. I was feeling crappy about missing a day, and should I start over? I'm going to start back at day one again, and I'm always doing this back at day one, and you just feel horrible when you go through that sort of thought process. And it's good to feel bad about the choices that you made, because it's a good indication that you're not living in alignment with your ideals or your values. So if you feel bad about a decision that you made, it's good to self-reflect at why. There could be a plethora of reasons, but I feel bad that I committed to doing 30 days of 30 sun salutations and I missed a day. I feel bad because why? Because I value integrity and I value showing up for myself, and I missed a day and I wasn't able to show up for myself. And so this quote came up and I thought, this is the medicine I need right now. It's okay to be going slow. I'm a mom who runs a business and has a partner who is also, doing his own independent contractor thing and setting his own schedule, and our kids play sports, and I could go on and on. You get the gist. My life is busy and there's a lot going on, and it can be difficult to get in the groove and stay in the pocket. And just because I get bumped out of the pocket doesn't mean that I suck. It doesn't mean that I'm a failure. It doesn't mean that I'll never get there. It just means that I got to keep going and I can't stop. I can't stop. If I miss a day, that's okay, but I can't just stop. I have to keep going. I got to get back on it and go, okay, I missed a day, so we'll keep going. It's important that we don't stop. And what happens is we get bumped off the groove and we start to get in that negative self-talk and we think, God, I just got to start again. And then we feel shitty because we're always starting again and we feel like we're never getting anywhere. So with this quote, for me, how it resonated with me was, it's that process is okay. That process is actually really normal. It's very normal. And we shouldn't be so rigid in like, I have to do it every day or it doesn't count. Don't be so rigid with yourself. Be committed and be regimented, but don't be so rigid. That rigidity is not good, and that's really not what the yogi is looking for on the path. It's not about rigidity. It's about commitment and willingness, and you're going to have bumps in the road. You're going to have challenges. You're going to have things come out of nowhere that you didn't expect, good and bad. And so don't be so rigid and think, well, I missed 2 days, so it's done and I'm a failure. Okay, so you missed 2 days. Just don't stop. Keep going. Keep going. We live in a culture that is so driven, which is on one hand great, but also can be a detriment to our mental well-being, because if we're not living up to the ideals that are here, we just beat ourselves up, and we're not going to step into those ideals overnight. It's a process, and you got to let yourself be in your process. And so I just wanted to remind you of a few things as you're in this process and you find that like you're on that stop and go track that I find myself on as well. Don't give up on yourself. Keep going. Keep going. You will eventually succeed. Do not stop. Believe in yourself. And yes, there is going to be a moment where it gets really hard. And in that moment where it gets really hard, that is where you will grow. So do not give up on yourself. It doesn't matter how slow you go, as long as you don't stop. So my friends, I hope that you can breathe a little bit easier and have a little more compassion for yourself. Have some forgiveness for yourself. Don't be so rigid. Be regimented and allow for those spaces where you can be flexible with that regimen. Be committed to it, but don't be rigid with it, because you will only box yourself in, and nobody likes to be boxed in. So just keep going. You missed a day, so what? You fell off of it for a month, so what? Get back on. Don't stop. Whatever it is that you're doing, just don't stop. Keep going. You will eventually succeed. And yes, it's going to get difficult, and that's okay. Know in those moments of difficulty, that is where you are being stretched to grow. And allow that process to happen, however slow it happens, however fast it happens. Just don't stop. I hope that you found this message helpful. Please do me a really big and beautiful favor. Drop me a like on this video. You can always subscribe to my YouTube channel and get these messages every Monday when they go out. And maybe you have a friend who may need this message. Please be kind and share. Sharing is caring. So show your friends that you care by sending them a message and saying, hey, I thought about you and this might be helpful right now. Have a beautiful week, and don't forget, it doesn't matter how slow you go, as long as you don't stop. So my friends, keep doing the things that make you feel better so that you can do better and you can be better in life. I want you to live with your head high and your heart open wide, and you deserve that so much. So keep going. I'll see you next time. Have a beautiful week and happy Monday. Namaste.